There are people walking the earth today, not touched by time the way others are. You look at them and wonder, how? What's the secret? What's the mystery that holds back the clock? It starts innocently, a casual conversation, a light joke, maybe someone asking how long you've been in your career. You answer honestly and suddenly their eyes go wide. Wait, how old are you again? And there it is. The look of disbelief. Not once, not twice, but again and again. People can't reconcile your age with the person standing in front of them. There's something about you, something that doesn't add up in the best way possible. You carry years but not the wear. You hold time but it doesn't weigh you down. You see, youthfulness isn't just skin deep. It radiates from the inside out. People might notice your smooth skin, yes, but what really throws them off is the presence you bring. You walk into a room with the energy of someone who hasn't been worn down by the years, someone who's lived but hasn't let life drain them. That's what catches people off guard. You don't match the mold. Society has told them that by a certain age people are supposed to slow down, complain more, look tired, feel heavy. But you break that narrative without saying a word. And it's not just about your appearance. It's your laughter, your sharp wit, your willingness to engage, to try something new. You haven't fallen into the pit of "I'm too old for this." No, you've risen above it. That's why people mistake you for younger, because your attitude defies decay. You still dream, still dance, still dare. And that's something rare in a world where many lose their edge and settle into routines that numb the spirit. You haven't settled. You've stayed alive. Even when you're quiet, even when you're just standing still, there's a lightness to you. Something in your eyes says you haven't given up on life or on yourself. That's what people are seeing, even if they can't put it into words. It's not just skincare or good lighting, it's something deeper. A spirit that refuses to grow old just because the calendar says so. And when you speak, with clarity, conviction, and warmth, people don't hear the years, they hear the fire that throws their senses off. You're not acting your age, you're acting your truth. So when they look surprised, when they fumble for words or double-check your birth year, don't brush it off. Don't think it's just flattery. It's confirmation. It's proof that something within you is beating back time. You are living evidence that the soul doesn't wrinkle, the spirit doesn't sag, and true vitality can't be faked. You've tapped into something real, and the world sees it even if they can't explain it. You still have a natural glow or radiance. There's a light in you that no cream can mimic and no surgeon can manufacture. When you walk into a room, people don't just see you, they feel you. There's a radiance on your face, a clarity in your skin, a shine that doesn't come from a bottle. It's not something you apply, it's something you carry. And that glow, it's not just physical. It's spiritual, it's emotional, it's cellular. It's the reflection of something alive, something undisturbed, something pure still burning inside you. While others are chasing the next miracle product or covering themselves with layers to hide the damage of time and stress, you seem to defy both. Not because you don't age, but because age hasn't touched you the same way. That's the mystery. It's not that life hasn't come for you. It has. You've faced storms. You've walked through fire. But you didn't let it take your glow. You didn't let it leave its fingerprints on your face. You learned how to walk through battles without letting the soot settle on your skin. People ask, what's your secret? Expecting a product, a procedure, some clever little hack. But the truth is far more powerful and far more hidden. Your glow comes from the way you've chosen to live. You forgave when it hurt. You let go when others held on. You laughed when you had every reason to cry. You chose peace over pettiness, gratitude over grumbling, and all those small invisible choices have built a shield around your glow. You protected it, and now it protects you. That vibrancy people see. It's the result of discipline and inner healing. It's clarity in your thoughts, balance in your emotions, and a heart that's not rotting with resentment. That's what makes the skin shimmer without trying. That's what gives your cheeks that softness and your eyes that light. You're not just well moisturized, you're well rooted. There's a glow that comes from not being twisted up inside. When you've made peace with yourself and your past, it shows. Your skin becomes a billboard of your inner climate. And let's not overlook the fact that your glow is earned. You didn't stumble into it, you cultivated it. Through rest, through boundaries, through nourishment of the soul and body. You eat with intention, you speak life instead of death, you choose joy, and you don't let toxic energy rent space in your life. You've become a gatekeeper of your peace, and that's why your glow hasn't faded. You shine not because of what's on you, but because of what you refuse to carry within you. In a world where people are quick to hide behind filters, you walk in raw, untouched light, and that confuses people. They try to figure out what it is about you. They scan your face for signs of enhancement, but they can't find the trick, because the trick is ancient, it's sacred, it's uncommon. It's the result of alignment, mind, body, and spirit working in harmony. That's why no foundation can compete with your freshness. Your glow is truth, and truth always outshines illusion. So when the compliments come, when the stares linger just a little longer, when someone says you look like you just came back from vacation, know this: they're seeing the evidence of a life lived right, not perfect but right. They're witnessing the result of years spent choosing the high road. That glow is your legacy, not painted on but built in, and no one can take that from you. There's something strange about the way you move, and people notice it. Not because you're showing off, not because you're trying to prove something, but because you simply go. While others are dragging their feet, checking their pulse, or sipping that third coffee just to stay conscious, you're already halfway through your to-do list. You wake up ready. You carry a surge inside you that makes people do a double take. You don't just show up, you show up charged. It's not just stamina, it's not just physical endurance, it's something deeper. Something that starts in your mind and spills into your body. Your posture doesn't sag, your voice doesn't trail off, you speak with force, you move with purpose, you bounce back when others are looking for a chair. That's not accidental, that's cultivated energy. You've trained yourself to move forward no matter what, and that decision has rewired something in your biology. It's made you younger from the inside out. Your energy is unsettling to those who've already given up on themselves. They see your pace and wonder how it's possible. They think you must be faking it, overcompensating, or running on something artificial, but it's none of that. You're not chasing energy, you're producing it. You're connected to something that pours strength into your bones. And here's the truth. When you refuse to let discouragement settle in your soul, your body follows suit. Depression slows the feet, doubt weighs down the spine, but you've chosen momentum, and momentum rewards you. It's not that you haven't been tired, you have, but you've learned how to rise when others collapse. You don't camp in your exhaustion, you rest, yes, but you rise quickly, you recover fast because you've trained yourself not to sink. You've developed the mental toughness to bounce. You've built habits that pull you out of the pit before it becomes home. You don't accept fatigue as your identity, and that decision alone has kept your body younger than your years. People think energy is about youth. It's not. It's about fire. It's about what you believe you still have to live for. You still have mission. You still have hunger. You're not dragging yourself through the day hoping for the end. You wake up with reason. Purpose creates fuel. You've tasted what it means to be driven by something bigger than comfort, and that fire keeps your cells alive. A body that knows why it's moving will always outpace one that doesn't. And that's the part people don't understand. Your energy isn't natural, it's intentional. You've fed it, you've guarded it. You don't waste your time with energy vampires, petty drama, or small-minded cycles that keep people stuck. You've separated yourself from distractions that drain and surrounded yourself with what builds. You don't hang with dead things. You align yourself with life, and that's why you move like someone with decades still ahead. Look at your walk. Strong, steady, fast. Look at how you rise from a chair, without groaning, without hesitation. Look at how your day flows, fluid, focused, forward-moving. You may not even realize how rare that is in a world full of worn-out bodies and foggy minds. You're not just active, you're present, alert, sharp. That kind of energy doesn't fade with age unless you let it. And you haven't. You've refused to decay. That refusal, that stubborn commitment to strength, has become part of your very being. It's in your stride, it's in your rhythm. You don't act young, you are young, because you haven't let time tell you when to stop. You've set your own pace, and it's a fast one. People in their 20s are watching you, trying to keep up. And they should, because you've tapped into something most folks don't discover until they've wasted too much time slowing down. So the next time someone says, "Where do you get all that energy from?" smile. Let them wonder, let them guess, because the truth is, they couldn't handle the answer. The fire that fuels you doesn't come from the world. It comes from a place that never runs out. And as long as you stay connected to that source, you'll keep outrunning people half your age without breaking a sweat. Look into the eyes of most people and you will see it, the fog, the dull glaze of days gone by, the weight of decisions they never recovered from, the tired blink of someone just trying to make it through. But not with you. Your eyes cut through that haze. They are bright, clear, focused, alive. They speak before your mouth even opens. When someone locks eyes with you, they see light, not just reflected light, but originating light. That tells them something before you say a single word. This person is awake. Clarity in the eyes is a mark of presence. You're not somewhere else, drifting in the past or worried about tomorrow. You're here. You're engaged. You don't flinch. You don't look away. Your gaze is steady, sharp, and bold. It's not aggressive, but it's undeniable. There's no confusion behind your stare. There's intent. There's confidence. That's what people notice. Not just beauty, but awareness. You're looking at the world like someone who knows who they are. And then your voice. That tone, that rhythm, that clarity. It doesn't match your age. It's full, alive, energetic. Not cracked with wear. Not slow with hesitation. Not drowned in doubt. You speak with authority, not arrogance. There's a certainty in your words, and people feel it. You don't mumble. You don't trail off. You declare. Even your casual conversations carry that sound. The sound of someone who hasn't let life quiet them. There are people half your age who already sound tired. Their words crawl. Their voices shake. They whisper more than they speak because their confidence has leaked out over the years. But not you. Your voice is still whole, still strong, still here. It doesn't shake because you've walked through storms and found your footing. It doesn't fade because you've decided that your voice matters. And that decision echoes through every syllable. Bright eyes and a lively voice are not common anymore, because most people have given up the fight. They've let the world tell them to shrink. They've let pain silence them. But you've done the opposite. You've chosen light. You've chosen strength. You didn't get those clear eyes by avoiding pain. You got them by facing it and not blinking. You didn't get that voice by living an easy life. You got it by pushing through when it would have been easier to shut down. There's a clarity that only comes through endurance. And that's what shines through your face. You didn't crumble. You didn't hide. You faced it. You healed. You grew, and now people are drawn to you and they don't even know why. They call it charisma, charm, presence. But the truth is, they're seeing evidence. The eyes and voice don't lie. They reflect what's been built inside. Even your laughter hits different. It's not forced. It's not hollow. It bubbles up from somewhere deep. It's youthful, yes, but also grounded. You're not laughing because everything's easy. You're laughing because you've overcome things that should have broken you, and that freedom shows up in your sound. That's what people hear when you speak. Freedom. You're not rehearsing lines. You're releasing truth, and truth resonates. It wakes people up. It shakes them. It cuts through their numbness and reminds them what it feels like to be alive. That's why conversations with you don't fade into the background. That's why people remember your words. That's why your tone stays with them. You're not echoing what the world says, you're releasing what's been forged in the fire. Your eyes don't dart, they don't dim. They hold. They shine, they say, I've seen things. I've lived things. And I'm still standing. And your voice? It backs that up. It brings weight. When you speak, rooms pause. When you speak, people lean in. You don't need a microphone to be heard, because your voice isn't loud in volume, it's loud in spirit. It carries truth, and truth travels far. This is why people often forget your age when you speak, because your sound doesn't match their expectations. They're used to hesitation, apology, worn-out tones. But you bring something fresh, something fearless, and that makes you stand out. They feel younger just listening to you, not because you're pretending, but because you're reminding them what life sounds like. You didn't keep your clarity by accident, you guarded it, you fed it, you walked away from anything that tried to make you small, you silenced lies and kept speaking truth, you practiced courage until it became natural. That's why you shine now. That's why your eyes still glow and your voice still rings, because you kept the fire burning no matter what tried to snuff it out. So when people compliment your energy or your vibe or say you light up the room, know this. They're feeling the overflow. They're tasting the fruit of years of hard decisions. The eyes and the voice never lie, and yours, they testify to resilience, to peace, to strength, to life that refuses to grow old.